Girl joins metal-eating cult and decides to kill God. Hey people, Dazzles here, and only a few weeks left until I get to head over to Canada and the United States. I am very excited to be going to VidCon again this year. I had such an amazing time last year, and I'm really just ridiculously pumped to be going again and seeing all of my new friends that I made last year and running into the YouTubers, and I'm really excited for the VidCon book swap. If you don't know what the VidCon book swap is, the idea is that you pick up a couple of books and then you wrap them in some plain packaging and put in a few notes about what they are. I also like to put on a bad book description. For instance, Mistborn, girl joins metal-eating cult and decides to kill God, which is weirdly a really accurate description of Mistborn. Last year at the book swap, I dropped off a copy of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and a copy of Mistborn because they're two of my favourite books, and in exchange I picked up Armada by Ernest Cline and The Gathering Storm, book one in the Katarina trilogy by Robin Bridges, and I've finally finished reading them. Now last week I had a bit of a chat about Armada. It was very disjointed and broken, and I'm hoping having a chat about The Gathering Storm is going to be slightly better than that. We'll see. The Katarina trilogy is about a young girl in 1880s Russia discovering that she has necromancer abilities, and the results of her discovering this. So as the book progresses, you find out a bit more about what's happening in the world. You discover the existence of fairies and vampires, and I'm pretty sure that they've touched on werewolves now. I like the main character a lot, but it bugs me that throughout the book she really practically never touches on using her necromancer abilities throughout the entire time. She just doesn't. I wish she'd give it a go a bit more. She does do one or two little neat things, but that's really about it throughout the entire book, and she just really comes across as a pawn in everyone else's games, and it kind of bugs me just that little bit. So reading through The Gathering Storm, I felt it a book that I needed to keep on reading through. So whereas Armada took me about 6 or 7 months to finally finish off, I think I finished off The Gathering Storm in, it must have been about a week and a half, 2 weeks maximum. I was pretty much reading on the train, reading before bed, reading on lunch breaks. So it kept me engaged. But the ending, I still don't know entirely what happened. A lot of storylines seem to have been resolved, but not actually resolved per se, and nothing really won, just didn't lose. I get that it's book number one in the trilogy, but I do wish the characters had felt like they'd have at least a bit more of a win as opposed to just generally nothing. While The Gathering Storm really gripped me, the trilogy itself hasn't. I didn't feel the need to go out and pick up books number 2 and 3 and read through them. That's just a bit of a shame because in part I want to know what happens, but on the other hand it's do I want to go to that effort? I would recommend giving at least The Gathering Storm a bit of a read so that you can know whether you'd enjoy the rest of the trilogy. As I said, I found this one really gripping, just not as part of a trilogy. I wish that it had have completed everything in one book, but that's just me. If you've read The Gathering Storm or Armada, I would love to hear about your thoughts down in the comments below, or you can hit me up on Twitter at Dazzles. Otherwise, if you're going to be at the book swap, I would love to know about that as well. I would love to meet people there, because that's the thing. I like people, mostly. Anyway, I'll be back next week with a video about, I don't know, something. Until then, I hope everyone has a great week, and yeah, bye.